Salvece amici me. I think that means hello, children, in Latin. I may be wrong. That was what my Latin teacher would say at the beginning of every class when I took Latin in 5th grade. I think that's what it means. But if I'm wrong, let me know. That's besides the point. Hello. I think that where I currently am, I'm noticing that I find myself in alignment most when I'm acting out of reaction rather than acting out of action. Which sounds kind of wrong. I don't think it is, though. Let me go back, though. About an hour or two ago, I got back from hanging out with some friends that I have not seen for a very long time. Long story short, I've been in a very isolated situation for a very long time until recently when I had this reawakening moment. And now that I'm feeling a lot better, I've decided to start reintroducing myself, as it were. And it's just I found it very interesting how easy it is to kind of fall back into those roles. Like, immediately feeling like I need to fall back into, like, the old characters I would be, like, needing to do bits all the time. That kind of thing. It took a bit of a separation. That's kind of besides the point as well. But these people, they knew that I had this kind of change, because you don't kind of go out of nowhere and then finally appear years later and like, hey, without something having happened. So they knew I had a reawakening. So in many ways, this was like their interview of me of sorts. Like apparently they had a bet between them whether or not like I had found Jesus, things like that, what exactly had happened. So a lot of this entire interaction was me trying to like verbalize what was happening, which not easy to do. I've shared this before, but like so much of this stuff, it just sounds like, when you boil it down, it sounds like a bumper sticker. Like, hey, if everyone loved each other, the world would be a better place. Yeah, like no shit. Like, it's hard to express like what that actually means through words, especially in this very like infant stage that I'm currently in. Really still drinking everything in before I can start like selling the juice, you know. That sounds weird. But yeah, I would try to like explain what was going on and try to like really proselytize almost. And I could feel in the moment that like this wasn't it. Like this was not, like things were not going the way I wanted it to go. Which, one, that should have been like the red flag number one, because like it should not be about how I want this to go. Like that whole idea of like what I want to happen, like that's only gonna make me suffer. That's only gonna make me like try to cram the world into what I want, which is never gonna happen. And I had that realization midway through. And like at a certain point, I kind of like took an off ramp into just like heading away. Like I midway through just kind of really like quickly wrapped up everything and started switching to like I said, reacting. It stopped being about me. It stopped being the Tom show. It started being, hey, what's happened with you? That was another thing. I very much have always been a like number one guy right here kind of person, where it's always been like about me and the audience that's around me. And like I said, you fall right back into those roles. We hung out for maybe like 2.5, 3 hours, maybe. And it probably wasn't until like the second hour that I started asking them about themselves. Like I haven't seen them in years. It took me a while to like really interact with what was going on in their lives. And I found that's where the sweet spot was. That's when I started feeling like myself. When the reaction happened, like when it's not like me telling people, hey, this is what's cool. Like, this is what's really going on. Like, no one ever wants to be told what's right, obviously. Like you were saying, Allie, it's you show through your actions. Show, don't tell. And I was very much trying to tell, not show. I was being asked to tell and not doing a great job. But you get what I'm saying. Once that there was that switch and it became centered around them and what I could provide through what I've learned to them, I started really feeling like the person that I am when I'm here, what I'm sharing with this. Like I felt like myself, which is interesting because I don't think I've ever felt like myself, what this self is, with other people like that before, or at least other people that I've had pre-existing relationships with. Just had to stop being about me. And that's the thing that I'm really got to work on practicing. And maybe you do too. When it's about you, it can only ever be about you. When it's about the other yous, the all you, when you can like steward this world, when you can be of service, that's when you can really find the true peace. I've been very much, maybe I've talked about this in videos before, I don't really remember. I'm kind of wired from the day. It's been a big day of sorts for me. But I found that I like myself the most when I can fully act as a servant of God. When I am able to fully like disconnect the Tom from the body and like let the body and the whatever this is be the organ that is being played, as it were. I think that might be it. Was there a takeaway to this? I don't know. Be of service to others. That's when you're going to be feeling the best. That's at least where I'm feeling the best right now. Thank you for listening. I truly appreciate that you want to hear all of this. It means a lot to me. So thank you. I love you. Peace.